Oh man, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my office. TJ McClellan, Broker Fitness Realty, back for another training video. And today we're going to be talking about regular CMAs. I just shot this video and realized that my output for the video was on a very low resolution. You couldn't even see it. So this is take number 2. All right, well, without further ado, let's get started. So to do a regular CMA, you need to sign in to utahrealestate.com or the MLS. So we're gonna sign in. And you're gonna go up here to CMA, but before we do that, open up a new tab so that you can just go quickly into searching tax data so that you can have all the information about the property that you're about to do a CMA for. Today, we're gonna use my current home address. So you can see right here, here I am, and now we have that up, so now we can do the CMA portion. So, getting right into it, we just go up here to CMA, which just opens up a new window, or not a new window, but a page that looks similar to the quick search in residential. This just has far less options, so you can see there's just not very many options here when you're scrolling up and down. Excuse me. So what I like to do is I just like to go to the map first, because we all know that location is the key to doing a comparable market analysis. So let's just go to map first, and we're just gonna go skipping on down here to Sandy, and let's see, let's go a little farther south. All right, so when I'm drawing my box to get the comparables that I want to use, I try to do a couple of things. One, I try to know the general neighborhood so that I can get comparable homes. Or if I don't know that, you can just draw your box and then select those out when you get to the next screen. But I also try to just draw a box so that I only get homes on one side of a busy road. So 13th East is pretty busy. It's busy enough to me that I only want some on one side. So I'm going to draw a little box. My home is right here on this little circle right here. So, and then the other part that I'm removing out of this box or trying not to select are homes that are in this neighborhood, because these are all horse property. And so if I select those, it's going to throw off my CMA because my home is not horse property. So let's just draw a little box here. We're going to start it here, and we're just going to draw, and we'll just call this the box. All right, then we hide map. That got us 491 listings. That is a ton of sold properties, and you can tell that there's so many of them because that's the entire MLS from the day one that they started it. So all the historical data as well. Well, none of those listings that are on there from 10 years ago, those aren't going to help us at all. So the easiest way to narrow this down, you could do a little sold date from here to here, or what my mom likes to do and what she showed me is clicking on the number of days back. So let's just say 6 months back. That gave us 7 properties. That's pretty good. That's easy to navigate. That's easy to select your comparables from. Let's just do a little bit more. Maybe we want to go 365 back. 21 properties. That might be too many, so I don't really like that. Let's just do 240. That got us 9 properties to look at. That's pretty on point. Now, something else that I like to do is come down here to total square footage. So that's why we pulled up the tax data so that we can say, okay, first floor 1409, 1241, rough math, that gets you 2650. So over here on total square footage, I might want to go down 150 square feet from that, so let's use 2500, and then I might want to go up 150, so that would give us 2800. Now you can see we only have 2. These 2 addresses might be the best comparables to put against my home, right? It's within 6 months. They're relatively close to the same square footage, which that's the one that I like to use the most. If you're in a neighborhood that maybe you need to really adjust the year built, you can. And then down here, this is the one that I really like using regular CMA for, is properties with a lot of acreage. So if you have a home that's got a lot of acreage, use this. If you have a land lot, use this acreage down here. Regular CMA does this better. Right now I don't need to do any of these because the box that I drew for the map gave me comps that are all relatively the same age of home. So I'm not gonna dwindle this down. Now, if you only wanted to use 2 comps, this is perfect. Like, we have the perfect amount of comps for you. Sometimes I want to get 3. I'd say if you go more than 8 or 10, that's probably too many. You could dwindle that down and fine tune it to 3 properties. So let's get a little more. Maybe let's find 3 properties. So we have to keep going out a little bit more. Holy cow. Well, maybe we'll just go with 2. Okay, we got 3. This third one is a little outside of large. It's a lot larger than my current home. So I think we're only going to go with 2 because I definitely think that I'd rather have them much more closer to my house than have the system trying to throw out something that very, very not close to my house. That didn't make sense. Something that's not close to my house. All right, so let's go to view results. And then, so we have these 2 homes. You can see 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 4 bath. Those aren't close to mine. Mine has 6 bedrooms, and it also has 3 baths. So these aren't really close, but the square footage is close. That's what I like. And maybe these don't have square or finished basements. So let's just punch these in. So I want to use both these. And then we go to not create listing alert. Sorry, you got to click on this box right here and go to CMA report. That racks and stacks them up next to each other. And then you can see this didn't populate anything in these boxes. So let's populate subject data. Let's use tax ID number. We go back to our taxes, grab this number, copy it, paste it, right? You can use your keyboard shortcuts or the mouse. All right, that populated it. You can tell my tax data is off because I've told you that I have 6 bedrooms, so let's fix that. I have 1 full bath and I have 2 3/4 baths. And then you can see it didn't put anything in here for square footage, so let's put whatever it is, 1409 and 1241 for the basement. And then my basement is finished, so 100% finished. And then we have a 2-car garage. The age is accurate, the acreage is accurate. We don't have a carport, and concessions would be if we were offering up concessions. You can see when these guys sold their house, they did $4 grand in concessions. So the system's just figuring those items in. All right, so there are a ton of things that you can see here. First of all, what we do, we want to have the subject property be as close to accurate as we possibly can, right? So I would just go through these again and make sure that they're all what I want to have in the system. You can also change the amount that the system thinks that each one of these items is worth. This one right here, square footage price, or price per square foot, I tend to not mess with this. 55 is low, right? If you were to take a standard home, the price per square foot might be 160 right now. If you typed 160 into this, it's just going to skew your numbers. Just roll with what the system has in here, because at the end of the day, even if we put this home at 450 and we listed it for 450, maybe the clients, I'm speaking like I was the client. Maybe the clients select 450 and we list it. Well, it doesn't matter what you did on your CMA. If you don't get any showings or you don't get any calls, you're way off in price, or your picture sucked, one of the two. But you can easily see from market feedback whether or not your CMA was close or if it was way far off. So I tend to err on the side of caution and not bump this up. Like if I bump this up to 160 or something, Now, this is a ridiculous price. So my home would not sell for this. So I want to go back to what the system is telling me. And because it has other factors in there, right? It gave us a bunch of money for ground. So in a normal price per square foot on the MLS, it doesn't say anything about ground. It just has all the price baked up into that price per square foot. This has it separated out. All right, something else that you can see here is how the comparables are the ones that are being adjusted to match our subject property, right? And you guys learned that in Stringham, you learned it in school. So you can see this home had 900 square feet on the second floor. Well, my home does not have that. I'm in a Rambler, it's not a 2-story. So they took away a bunch of money for that square footage. But on the first floor, I have way more square footage. So they bumped up the square footage here in dollar amount, right? So you can see what it's minusing or what it's adding to get to my subject property. This one had a 4-car garage, right? A 4-car garage might actually be worth more than what this is saying. So maybe each car garage is now worth $10,000. So that adjusts your price a little bit more, right? Or your comps. See how it didn't actually change it a whole lot, and it actually went down when I valued this at 10,000. So just be careful how you finagle these numbers. I don't finagle them because it seems like the system does a great job. Now, once I have that in, I just like to see a range. So I would just punch this 419. Whoops, not that button. Punch this 419 into your old trusty calculator. Do 0.97, that gives you the low end. So I'm at 406. 419 times 1.03, this gives you your top end. So 406 to 431, that might be the range I would tell my clients. Then they can select something from there. Obviously, every seller's like, well, let's just shoot for the moon and go for the top end. That's up to them. You know, you're gonna have to coach them and decide on that price. And if they don't get any showings, they know the price is too high, and so do you. In this CMA, you'll see that they use a much wider range. So once you have it to this point, now you can just go and save if you want to save, and then go back and work on it later. Or you can move on to creating your CMA packet, which is the thing that you'll send out to your clients. So this is what the cover sheet looks like. If you click on cover sheet, and you can adjust all of these things in here, right? Maybe you want your name to be bold. Go over here, I'll just bold that out. Maybe you want to change this property address. Prepared for, maybe you type your client's names here. Clients' names. Whatever you want. You can put pictures in this, you can highlight things. The cover sheet's there for you to, you know, have your personality come out in the CMA. Why mine looks so blank is I never use this system, so I apologize. Mine looks blank. I like Cloud CMA a lot better. All right, but over here are the details that you could put in your CMA. Medium comp details. So this is about a half sheet printout from the MLS from those comps. So right, I only had 2. They give you the remarks. They give you 1 picture, you know, the main cover photo for the MLS listing. You could do full comp details, which is the MLS page for clients. The only thing you don't see is the agent information that's always at the bottom, like with buyer's agent's commission. It has all the broker information and stuff like down there. You could put in all the comp photos if you wanted. They do have a comparison report. I do like having the comparison report. That makes it nice to see side by side. Summary analysis. This just gives you, if you had like 15 comps, then you could see like what was the original price, what was the list price, or original list price, then what did they actually go to during the transaction, what did it sell for, how many days on market. Tons of information here. Now, this is crucial information for us, right? We like to look at that stuff, but your client, they're probably not going to care about that as much. They're going to care about this one, seller's proceeds, right? So this is their low end, and then this is their high end. Oh, actually, they did pretty close to what I did. Theirs is probably 3.5%. So you can see you could have a new encumbrance, right? This is first mortgage. Let's see, you can't even type that in. So maybe I can get rid of it. Nope. So let's just use first mortgage. So then I think I owe like 223 and 223. So you can see now I'm having a net cash to seller. Title insurance, you know, let's call that 1,800 bucks or whatever it is. So you could fine tune this if you wanted to. If I had a HELOC on it, let's just call it HELOC. Let's call it 85,000. I don't have one of those, but let's just say. You could put in tons of stuff, right? The CMA, this regular CMA has many options for you to critique it, or not critique it, but make it your own. The more time you want to put into this, the more accurate it will be, and your clients might be more impressed with that. For me, I like to do them really fast, so I like to just give a range and then be done with it. So let's just say I want to have the cover sheet, medium comp details, and let's do summary analysis, and no, not summary analysis. Let's do a comparison report and the seller's proceeds. And then I would save that, and then you can just go to print, and this is the item that you would be sending out to your clients. So mine has 4 pages: cover photo or cover page, the comps, side-by-side details, and then their seller's proceeds, right? Or seller's net sheet. They are the exact same. They're just called 2 different things right now. So you can see I could tell my clients, well, roughly, I think at this price, you know, you're going to bring home 95,000. At this price, 125, right? They are probably not telling you lots of things that they're also going to spend that money on, like their down payment to the next house, or 20 grand in credit card debt, or whatever they're going to pay off. They might not tell you that, but they're going to see this number and then go in their own minds, well, I got 20 grand in credit card debt, so I'm going to pay that down, so I'm only going to make 75 or whatever. Excuse me. So printing the PDF, right? You could save this to your computer, then email it to them. Or you could just email PDF right here. Make sure you save it so you can come back to it if you want to adjust it later. For me, I don't do any of that, right? Because I use Cloud CMA. All right, so that's how to do regular CMAs. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always available. And this has been a video by TJ McClellan, Broker Fitness Realty. All right, thanks y'all, and have a good day.